record, subscribe for the next 5 seconds, or else the spider will be under your bed tonight.
Yo guys, welcome back. It's Mr. Vince, and today I'm going to be talking about the brand new March update that just got released for Jailbreak. So if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and subscribe since only 8% of my viewers are subscribed. Also hit the bell icon so you never have to miss a video. And right off the bat, you may notice that there are no shadows happening right now, and there are none. So how are there no shadows? Well, let's start off with the two new settings that were added: light shadows and sun shadows. Now, sun shadows will enable or disable shadows, as you can see. And if they're disabled, then you can't see any shadows. And also the sky is running a little weird, but yeah, that's a really cool difference, as you can see. And if you go inside the sewers look a lot brighter. Now, if you go ahead and enable light shadows, they actually do look a little different. So yeah. Now, this is helpful for low-end devices, and now it feels a little smoother. So next, we're going to be talking about the brand new vehicle called the Airtail. So this is the Airtail, as you can see. The Airtail is pretty similar to the Molten when it comes to its engine sound, and it's slightly slower than the Bugatti, if I'm not mistaken. It's not really that fast, but it's really good for its price, and its drifting is really well, as you can see. And similar to the Molten on mobile, the drifting is permanent, so it's a little harder to drive on mobile. And also the driver's seat is in the middle, as you can see. But now we're going to show you guys how you can get yourself the new vehicle. So in order to get the new vehicle, you're going to have to go to the airport. As you can see, it costs $600,000, and it's not really that expensive compared to the Roadster, but it's still pretty expensive for a vehicle that is pretty fast, as you can see. And right now, by the time making this video, the interior is kind of working alright. I mean, I think they patched a bug with the interior not correctly working for the Airtail, as you can see, but it feels pretty good. Now, unlike the Bugatti Veyron owners getting the Chiron discount last year, you do not get a discount on the Airtail if you own the McLaren. So that's a big disappointment right there, but it makes a lot of sense since it's not really that harsh to get the Airtail in the first place. The Airtail also spawns at the military base. If you go over here, you can see there is the Airtail, as you can see through there. And usually it spawns by the jet. So it only spawns in 2 locations, just like the jet. So they're pretty similar, as you can see. So next up we're going to be talking about is the steering wheel. So let me go ahead and spawn myself a beam hybrid. The beam hybrid is over here. There's the beam hybrid. So previously, when you actually turn in an interior vehicle, such as the Jeep or the Porsche, the actual steering wheel does not move, and now it actually moves. That is super realistic, my friend. That is very cool, as you can see. Now, I would actually demonstrate this in the vehicles that don't allow first-person driving, such as the Molten or the Porsche or the Jeep. But I'm currently going to need to find a vehicle that looks like those. Now, you also notice that drifting is kind of bad on mobile. I'm not sure why, but it's kind of awkward on mobile devices, but I guess it's alright. Hopefully they fix the bug with the drifting not properly working on mobile. Not sure why it's like kind of messed up, but shouldn't be. So let me go ahead and pick up this airdrop that just recently dropped to the ground. There it is. We're just going to go ahead and pick it up, and then I'm going to go ahead and spawn myself a Jeep, and I'm going to see if the steering wheel interacts with the player as well. So we're going to spawn the Jeep, and what we're going to do is zoom in, and nope, the steering wheel on the Jeep does not move along with the player. So that kind of stinks, but here is an animation with the turning on the player. So unfortunately, they did not add the animation to the steering wheel on the Jeep, but what about the Porsche? So the Porsche is another vehicle that has an interior that does not, have the first person driving, and I'm also going to test this out on the Molten. But before I do that, I'm actually going to be talking about another change that was just made to this update, and that is for a vehicle. So the Lamborghini was remained untouched for multiple years and it has never had an interior change. And as you can see, I think that's the Lamborghini. But if we go over here, there's the new Lamborghini. Now, people who own the Lamborghini in the previous update will, have a free upgrade. So that's pretty cool. So here's the new Lamborghini, as you can see. It looks so cool. And also the license plate says Italian. So that's really cool. Now, the reason why the license plate says Italian is because Lamborghini is an Italian vehicle. So basically, that means that the license plate says Italian. Now, in the previous update, it said ABCDF. Now it says Italian. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to spawn a vehicle inside the Lamborghini, as most interior vehicles don't allow that. So let's see if you can spawn a vehicle inside of the Lamborghini, and the answer is no. So if you try to spawn a vehicle in the Lamborghini, it says you can't spawn vehicles under here. So we're going to go ahead and spawn the Porsche. As you can see, you can no longer get it. Does the steering wheel interact with the Porsche? Well, there is no steering wheel on the Porsche. That's kind of crazy, as you can see. Now, I thought there was a steering wheel on the Porsche, but apparently the Porsche does not have a steering wheel, so that's kind of nice. Hopefully they add an interior to the Porsche, although they already did. It's just need a better one, as you can see. But anyways, let's go ahead and just go back to the Airtail. Unfortunately, I have to go to the airport because I have to wait a while till I can spawn another vehicle. So let's go ahead and drive to the airport. And the Chiron is another vehicle that has a movable steering wheel, so that's pretty awesome. That's pretty much for the majority of the interior vehicles, I guess. The Porsche does not have a steering wheel. The Jeep does not interact, so that sucks. So now I'm going to go ahead and try out on the Molten after I actually go over here. So does the Molten steering wheel move? Well, it does not drive in first person, as you can see. Selecting the first person drive button, but it does not work on the Molten. So does it actually interact with the player? Yes. So the Molten steering wheel does interact with the player. That is amazing for the Molten. It makes sense because the Molten has a complex interior, as you can see. But now let's look at the license plate of the Airtail. So the license plate of the Airtail says MCL, which I think is pretty cool. Now MCL stands for McLaren, if you guys were kind of curious. So that's pretty cool. Now the engine does sound like a Molten. I already explained that earlier in the video, but it does sound like a Molten's. So next up is the headlights. So the headlights have been fixed. So when you go ahead and apply a headlight color such as yellow, they finally change, which I think is pretty cool. So Vanta Black, the headlights don't emit, so that is a major bug fix for the headlights. Chrome, this is what they look like. This is blue, and yeah, it finally got updated. I don't know, it looks kind of weird, but yeah, they finally fixed the bug with the headlights not correctly changing. So yeah, thanks to Simo for finally fixing that. That is amazing. So let me go ahead and go back to Pastel Blue, because that is the headlight color I use. Now, can you spawn a vehicle inside of the Airtail? So let me go ahead and try spawning the crew capsule, and yes, you can actually spawn a vehicle in the Airtail. And also, I noticed that the crew capsule has a slight buff on its altitude, but its speed has also been slightly buffed, so it's a little faster than before. So now it's actually a lot easier to climb on hills, and you can easily maneuver over hills now, so that is good. So now I think you can finally get on top of the museum. That is so good for the beloved crew capsule. So they finally buffed the beloved vehicle. There's the Lamborghini. Yeah, they finally buffed it, so that's good, I guess. I mean, I'm finally glad they buffed the crew capsule. But now we're going to look at a change with the rifle. So the rifle can now be obtained in the gun shop if you have a Boss Game Pass. Previously, you had the Spike Game Pass to get it, and now you don't have to. Next up we have is the brand new smoke grenades. So the smoke grenades are 1,200, and they're pretty cheap in price, but currently they are the most expensive type of ammo in the game. Not weapon, but ammo, as you can see. And the smoke grenades are not disarmed, just like the grenades. So that means that you have free throw on PC. So if we go over here, here's the actual smoke grenades. You can only hold up to 3. So as you can see, I have 3. What you can do is throw one and it will immediately explode after it hits the ground after a few seconds. And if we go closer, it gets a lot blurrier. This is helpful for new players to escape from police officers. And after a short amount of time, the particle emitters disappear and it gets less blurry. And as you can see, it no longer gets blurry. They look really nice, as you can see. Now, I did not actually allow the sound at the moment. And yeah, they immediately disappear. There's no sound because I, muted the gameplay so you guys can't hear the sound. But it does emit a different sound compared to the other weapons. So next is the SWAT pistols. So if you have the SWAT Game Pass, there is a new design with the SWAT pistol. So as you can see, this is the new pistol design. It looks so nice. It's kind of hard to see it, but yeah, it's nighttime. Let me go ahead and spawn a Camaro. As you can see, here is the new design for the SWAT pistol. Just looks really good. Now, once again, you need the SWAT Game Pass to actually obtain this weapon, and it does emit a different sound, so that's pretty cool. Now, I'm pretty sure there is no none texture, so that sucks, but I guess it's alright. Now, the question is, can you reload by selecting the ammo button? And the answer is no. So, mobile support has still not arrived, and once mobile support arrives, they'll add a button to the ammo so you can actually reload, just like an arsenal, except that will be ammo instead of the exclusive button. So that's pretty exciting, but that's for the near future, I guess. So next up is the gun spam glitch. So the gun spam glitch has now been patched, as you can see, and there's now a slight delay. I don't know if that's for PC users only, but if you're on the mobile version, you can still immediately shoot. As you can see, it still immediately shoots on mobile. I don't know if Xbox has this too. But as far as I can tell, the PC versions does not have the immediate shoot, and instead it just has a slight delay. Next up is the robbery marker change. So if we go ahead and enable robbery markers, you can see that almost every store is open. And the museum has opened, the donut shop is closed, the gas station's also closed. And this is very helpful for new players to figure out what robberies are open. Now, if you do not own the Boss Game Pass, then you will not be able to detect if the robbery is open immediately, and it is a delay, so it does take a while for the robbery to show up for the robbery markers. So yeah, that's a pretty cool change, as you can see. Now you also finally get a notification if you have the Boss Game Pass telling you that either the donut shop or the gas station are open. So when any of those are open, you'll get a notification that says a small store is open. And this is the first time that it does not say for robbery, despite the fact that it's a major robbery in Jailbreak. So when a small store opens, it would say a small store is open. So that's pretty cool. Keep in mind, you do need a Boss Game Pass to see the new notification. So that's something I like to take note of. And also, how did I even spawn a Volt Bike? I don't even know. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think they finally improved the anti-cheat, so you should no longer have any problems with the, tools not correctly working, as you can tell. Unfortunately, there are no new textures added to guns, neither new skins or anything like that. So that's a big rip, but I guess it's alright. And yeah. Now, since I'm an OG veteran, I actually don't use robbery markers, so I went ahead and disabled them. Don't use robbery markers, so, it's a little cool to see that most people are now going to be using the Airtail instead of the Lamborghini or the Roadster, so that's going to be pretty exciting. So, next is anti-combat log, guys. Now they fixed it. That is good. So, if you leave the game, or if you combat log by switching teams, the nearest cop gets the bounty, and I'll explain how it works. And also, the back of the Lamborghini reminds me of the Audi R8. I don't know why, but reminds me of that German car. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is oof a police officer, so I can actually go ahead and demonstrate how it works. I'm going to go ahead and show the chat, and most people in the server are speaking Spanish, which I think is kind of interesting. And anyways, I'm pretty sure the donut shop is still closed because I did not get a notification telling me that it's open. But anyways, let's go ahead and kill a jailbreak cop. So this guy said new car at Area 51. I thought that was a Ferrari, but that's a Lamborghini. So that's a criminal. I need to find a police officer that will be willing to demonstrate this. So let me go ahead and jump on top. There's my dog, Mr. Jeff. And the mobile garage has also been updated, so it's a pretty tiny change, but it's not really that big, as you can see. And now let me go ahead and just kill this police officer. He's running away. I don't know what he's doing. And yeah, about this heli. No police officer after me, so that's good. And yeah, I don't know why it's not properly shooting at the right angle. Yeah, I can't shoot them because of criminals. I don't know what that cop is doing. Unfortunately, that's the only police officer. And now you get a notification that says a small storage open. I just got one, and now let's go ahead and get this army heli so I can actually demonstrate how the anti-combat log works. So I need to find a police officer that will be willing to oof, so I can actually go ahead and show off this new, anti-combat log system. So I need to find a police officer that I'm willing to oof. So yeah, I think they're in the, oh, darn it. Alright, let me go ahead and kill this police officer. Hopefully I don't die or just get tased. Yeah, this guy is using first person, so let me go ahead and kill him. Okay, unfortunately a police officer just died. Criminal just killed him, so that sucks. And this guy is after me. Of course, he has to camp. There he is. I don't know why the walking animation's glitched, but it's kind of crazy. So let me go ahead and kill this guy. So what I'm going to do is combat log, and he got my bounty, so that's good. So they fixed the actual combat log system, so when I swap teams, he got my bounty. You do not get sent to the prison, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just kill these police officers to show you guys what it looks like again. Now you can reset your character and it will work. And this police officer is trying to kill me. Why are you trying to kill me? You're not supposed to kill me. Bro, you're not supposed to kill me. Dude, you're not supposed to kill me. This guy is an idiot. He literally killed me. You're supposed to arrest. You're not supposed to kill. Are you that dumb, police officer? But good thing there's a key card, so let me go ahead and pick it up. That guy was being an idiot. He literally went ahead and killed me, and now he's a prisoner. I don't know why he killed me like that, but it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, I show you guys the demonstration. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and leave the game, because obviously I'm not going to. But we do know that when you leave the game, which is basically combat logging, you do actually lose the bounty, and the police officer gets the bounty, so that's pretty awesome. So glad combat logging has been patched. Unfortunately, the guy that actually got the bounty did not receive the arrest money, so that sucks, but I guess it's alright. So yeah, unfortunately, players still combat log, even they don't have a bounty, so that kind of stinks. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, as you can see. But I'll go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. If I miss any, let me know in the comments below. And as always, my name is Mr. Vince. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.